The Action Plan for Jobs was introduced by government in 2012 to provide a whole of public policy response to the unemployment challenge and to help businesses to grow and compete in international markets. It's been very successful so far. Unemployment is down from 15% to 8.3% as announced during the summer, with 175,000 extra people at work. That's a very significant improvement on where we were, but we're not complacent. 8.3% is still higher than where we want to be. The government has set an objective to get to 6% unemployment rate by 2020. That requires the creation of an extra 200,000 jobs over the next 5 years. Enterprise Ireland, IDA Ireland and the LEOs, which are the agencies of the Department of Jobs, Enterprise and Innovation, have very specific targets to achieve over that period. It's both driving export-led growth and growth in the domestic economy. Innovation and research and the development of the knowledge economy is at the heart of that recovery over the next 4 to 5 years. We're currently ranked 8th worldwide in terms of our innovation performance. We know that businesses are employing more researchers, more innovation people, and developing their market-led innovation strategies, but more needs to be done. The work that the department did last year for the Year of Design in developing the National Policy Statement on Design identified that about half of the enterprise base are design intensive and using design to drive their innovation and performance. But there's still half of the enterprise base that aren't actively engaged or using design techniques and market and user-oriented design to develop products and services. For those companies that are design intensive and design driven, the impact on their productivity, the impact on their competitiveness and their profitability is very strong. Nearly 90% of companies see that design-driven innovation improves their profitability and improves their ability to meet international markets. Collaboration is key to delivering on that innovation performance and that export market performance. Ireland provides a unique ecosystem with a range of indigenous and multinational companies in key sectors that can collaborate and can work together to meet market and user needs in international markets. We also have a very strong skills and research base, which is developing around product and process improvement and around innovation development. Key focus for agencies such as Science Foundation Ireland and for Enterprise Ireland, who fund research into companies and in the higher education system, is promotion of collaboration. And we're making very strong progress in those areas. Most institutions, research institutions, now have enterprise or industry liaison offices where companies can make direct contact with research teams to solve their problems or to help them on more longer-term strategy development and product and process improvement. We also have a range of supports available to companies to help them to solve both technical problems such as innovation vouchers as well as research collaboration supports for work with research teams nationally plus also internationally. So building on the Year of Design in 2015, the development agencies have a strong focus on helping companies to embed design-driven innovation and market-led innovation as part of their strategies. We'd like to see that 50% of companies who are not active in innovation and in design increasing over the coming years. Eighth is a very strong performance. The key piece is about improving innovation and research capability at firm level. And that requires people. It requires business owners to embed innovation as part of their strategies and to take a longer term perspective to how they're going to better serve those markets, and then to build the capability internally, both in terms of whether it's a technical research unit that's needed or in terms of their innovation performance at all levels within the organisation, and then to recruit the appropriate staff and the appropriate skills. We have a very innovative young population who are known for their entrepreneurship and who are keen to get involved in new product and process development and to serve international markets. And I think at the end of the day that's the key piece that matters. Collaboration with the research and innovation system and research institutes will help to continuously ensure that we're focused in the right areas. So the government has a research prioritisation programme which is ensuring that public money is going into areas that are of relevance to enterprises. So the research capacity is there in the public research system, and the key piece is about embedding that collaboration and teamwork between the public and the private sectors. Again, the key focus on success in international markets. In terms of what was the more recent unemployment figures are, for the first time since 2009, employment is now above 2 million. That was a key objective set for 2016. Indeed, when the Action Plan for Jobs process started, the target was to have 100,000 extra at work by the end of 2016. We've now more than surpassed that target. So as of the middle of the year, it was 175,000 extra at work from 2012. We should get up to 200,000 by the end of this year. So we'll have nearly achieved double the target. Most of that has been driven by the exporting sectors of the economy, in terms of the foreign multinationals that are here in medical devices, in the pharmaceutical, in the financial services areas, but also an exceptionally strong performance over the last 3 to 4 years by indigenous companies. Enterprise Ireland exports of Enterprise Ireland client companies reached a record level of 20.6 billion in 2015, and they have a target to achieve 22 billion this year. That is again a record level by indigenous companies who are finding new markets around the world and increasing their export intensity. So last year, exports as a percentage of sales of indigenous companies exceeded about 52-53%. That's up from about a third at the beginning of the recession. So companies have compensated for the loss of sales in the domestic market by going international and opening offices internationally, working with new clients internationally. And Enterprise Ireland has had record levels of trade missions and opened new offices to work with companies to help them in international markets. Similarly, with agencies such as Board BIA, they have opened a new market insights unit this year, which is again to provide market intelligence to food companies about how they develop their products and their services to meet the demands of international buyers, and to build off the quality and the brand that we have, for example, in the food sector around sustainability, but to develop products and services through collaboration with our research and technical institutes that will be successful in international markets. The government has a strategy which was agreed earlier this year, which is Innovation 2020, and that has clear targets for where we want to get to by 2020. Key part of that, as I mentioned, is about building the research and innovation capacity within firms. Our target is that there will be an extra 40,000 people employed in the enterprise base over the next 5 years in developing new products and new services and new solutions for international markets. And that is the key to success, is about increasing that innovation performance at firm level, and with a particular focus on design-driven innovation. I think from our work last year as part of the year design, there is now an acceptance and a consensus about the importance of design-driven innovation to success in international markets. We know that 50% of companies are actively using design for their success in international markets. 3/4 of companies who responded to our surveys last year said that design was critical to their export growth. And 90%, 9 in 10 companies said that design was critically important to their profitability and to their competitiveness. So I think there is a strong base of companies who are actively using design, not just for styling, but as part of their strategy for how they're going to differentiate themselves in international markets from their competitors, and can be successful and not just compete on price, but compete on the quality and the look and feel and the service that they're providing. We have across the enterprise base, across services companies, whether they're in e-commerce or in financial services or in new areas such as agri-tech, or in life sciences, in the food sector, there are many companies across all of those areas who have incorporated design into their products and into their service offerings and how they are meeting their customer needs in international markets. I think there are some fantastic examples which we have used in the economic assessment, which we published last year. It's on the Department of Jobs, Enterprise and Innovation's website. And it shows the benefits that companies are getting from incorporating design into their products and services. First place to start is Enterprise Ireland. And Enterprise Ireland has a range of supports which are available for companies to think about their strategy in the design space, and also in terms of how they respond to meeting the demands of their customers. So Enterprise Ireland and the local enterprise offices are probably the first port of call in both of those areas. And similarly, in terms of for foreign-owned companies, IDA Ireland also has an open door and is available to work with companies who are thinking about their strategy, are thinking about their manufacturing operations, or about the services that they are providing. And indeed, a number of leading brands have brought design centres to Ireland. And again, IDA can provide access to some of those in terms of for reference sites or for networking to see how other companies have gone about it. I think Irish companies are establishing Ireland's reputation around the world as a leader in design and in design thinking. We have many indigenous companies who are successful and have successfully adapted their products and services for international markets, and based on both quality but also based on the design and the service that they are providing. Similarly, in terms of the multinational base that is here, we are now having, for example, computer chips which are designed in Ireland. We have medical device products and services wrapped around those which are being designed and delivered out of Ireland. We have many e-business companies and consumer content companies who have put their design and innovation centres in Ireland and are meeting the needs of European and wider markets out of Ireland. And it's that market-led innovation and design-driven innovation which will be critical for the future. I think, as I said, about half of the enterprise base that we have surveyed are actively using design and teamwork and collaboration as part of their strategy. Our objective is to try to increase that so that more companies can be successful in international markets, differentiate themselves and create jobs in Ireland.